Alrighty. Let's go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seat, or you could be standing. You can lie down for this, but if sleep comes, then you probably don't want to do that. So you could always change your position if you decided that you wanted to lay down at first, but then decided not to. So it's really up to you. And so what we'll plan to do tonight, we have 15 minutes for this session, is to go through a breathing technique first, a little calming, a little centering, and then we'll go into a meditation. And if you find that you're really enjoying the breathing technique, you're welcome to stay with the breathing technique and tune me out as I go into the meditation. So it's really up to you, and let this be something that you're doing that feels really good for whatever it is that you need at the moment. And so to get started, finding that nice comfortable seat, maybe sliding side to side, lifting the glutes up if you're seated so that you can root down through those sit bones. And allow yourself to grow nice and tall through the spine and lift the crown of the head towards the sky. So posture is really important here. And then just settle in. Settle into just right now. You can close your eyes or keep them open, it's up to you. And at any time, you're not stuck in the position that you chose to begin in. So if you're seated and you decide you want to lie down or you want to stand, you can go ahead and do that. I like to close my eyes as I'm coming to a centered place because that helps me to stay connected towards the inside. But for some people, that's really distracting. And so you're welcome to keep your eyes open if you choose. And so the first thing that we do here is just bring the awareness to right here and right now. And that can be really difficult if maybe your house is really, really loud right now, or your mind is really loud and frantic right now. So this can be very difficult, and that's okay. So we just kind of just go with it. And so the way that we bring the attention to right here and right now is by tuning into the breath, just beginning to notice it. So just noticing it coming in and out. And you might find like, wow, that's like really simple, huh? Like I thought this was going to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit maybe more with more steps. But it's that simple. And what we find when we just begin to notice the breath is that sometimes the distractions come in even faster. The distractions can be even louder, whether it's in our home or in our head. And that's all very normal. The key here is to keep bringing the attention back to the breath, even when you find yourself getting distracted, and just doing that kindly. You're not trying to change the breath right now. It's literally just observing it. As you would if you were watching a movie or watching children play. Something that you're not necessarily directly involved in. And while you are directly involved in your breathing, it happens without you asking it to happen. And so that's why sometimes we can take the view of a spectator here. And so when we're lacking focus, when we're lacking concentration, or maybe we just need a little bit of calm and peace, this breath awareness, just noticing the breath, is so powerful because it really requires nothing else except for your attention. You can do this anywhere, at any time, no matter what is going on. Sometimes people notice that their breath naturally lengthens through this practice of just noticing the breath. And that's totally fine if you do that. So tonight's meditation is going to focus on finding our way through struggles. They can be very small struggles or very large struggles. You know, you don't have to be going through something big in order to need some help. Sometimes we need help with even just the smallest things. And so I encourage you to not discount your feelings here. Just as we didn't judge the breath, we didn't change it, I encourage you to do the same with your feelings here. So not judging them, not really having an opinion, it's just more so noticing what is. And perhaps already from me saying, today we are going to meditate on our struggles and getting through them, maybe some things have already come to your mind. They've already surfaced. You might also already notice that your body is responding. And that's all okay. Here, I encourage you to sit in the driver's seat. And I encourage you to choose what it is that you will focus on tonight. Because tonight, we're going to begin to use the breath and our awareness to start seeing our way through this challenge, through this struggle. So perhaps in your mind, you're running through that struggle, whoever is involved, what has happened. Perhaps you need to make a decision, or somebody said or did something that hurt your feelings. Perhaps maybe you were the one that did something to hurt someone else. Maybe something hurt you that happened indirectly. Maybe you're dealing with a struggle, that's maybe not your own, but you're still trying to navigate it for somebody close to you. I mean, we all endure struggles in so many different ways. I encourage you in this instance to tune your attention to what it is that you can control. Sometimes if we're the doer, the one who maybe caused the issue, sometimes there's something we can do to rectify it. And sometimes, whether we caused the struggle or the challenge or it happened to us, sometimes there's nothing that we can actually do to change it. All we can do is cope and deal. Sometimes as we're navigating, we feel alone or we feel powerless. Sometimes it's difficult to even just see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so I encourage you to stay in the driver's seat here. Maybe even actually envision yourself driving the car. What are you in control of right now? Is there something that you can do to help this? And if there isn't something you can actively do, then the invitation is there for you to begin to do the work on the inside. Because chances are, if there's nothing that you can do, that may cause you worry, frustration, anxiety, despair. And that's not going to help anything either. So what you can do is begin to decide your mental game. How are you going to act? How are you going to conduct yourself moving forward to change the energy space? How are you going to put yourself out into the world so that you do better the next time? Or you help someone else. You help someone who may be going through a struggle themselves. So sometimes if we can't change something, then all we can do is ensure that our actions are better for the future. So I want you to begin to see yourself doing these things, whatever you're in control of. Because the key is, my friends, to not worry about what you can't control. It's not in your control. It's not for anything for you to do. So begin to see yourself navigating this. See yourself finding your way. And when you find the challenges, because there will be some, this is what we do with the breath. That inhale and exhale that you are observing, you can begin to open your mouth and audibly exhale. Slowly. As if maybe you were blowing out candles slowly, or maybe there was a fuzz on the floor or on your table and you just wanted it to go away. So you just kind of blew it away. Nice and easy with your inhale. And then you gently open your lips and exhale softly. And you can close your mouth back to inhale through your nose. And then softly exhale through the mouth again. Some people envision that they're blowing a dandelion or blowing out candles, but sometimes candles happen a little bit more forcefully, right? So that might not be what you want, or that might suit you. Maybe you do need that forceful exhale because that's going to help you navigate your particular struggle. And remember, even with the focus to the breath, even with your focus on your navigation, those distractions may still come in. Maybe doubt creeps in. That's okay. Just bring the attention back here because you're in the driver's seat. You're in control. And perhaps you just keep seeing yourself doing your best, deciding what is possible, what is good, and leaving the rest, because you get to choose what you pull into your energy space. So make the choice. Just about 1 or 2 more breaths here. And remember that you can come back to this at any time, and it doesn't have to be for 15 minutes. It could be for 15 seconds. Any amount of time to bring the attention to the breath, to allow the brain to focus, is so incredibly important and valuable. Take a moment to take the palms of the hands together if your eyes were closed. And just take the palms, rub them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you're welcome to either put them on your cheek or on your forehead or over your eyes, just allowing there to be some warmth here on your face. And you can begin to slowly flicker your eyelids open and allow your eyes to come back to center. Wonderful job tonight. Enjoy yourself and thank you for joining in this meditation tonight.